Thel acted as a voice of reform to the Sangheili. Upon returning to his homeworld, he planned to visit each state to make his case for a permanent peace with the humans they had battled for so many years in the Great War. One of these states would be on the state of Indama. It was there that he announced that he no longer felt that he was an arbiter, but simply a Kaidan, though he never announced his title. He then told the elders that if any of them disagreed with him strongly enough, they could attempt an assassination as per Sangheili tradition. These reforms did not meet with universal approval. By January of 2553, there was a great dissent among desperate Sangheili factions, especially from the more devoted followers in the former divinity. Some, such as Abu Matelkam and his servants of the Abiding Truth, saw the Arbiter as a traitorous leader that has betrayed their faith and sought to finish their war with humanity. Additionally, many devout believers regard Thel as a false arbiter, stating that his very existence was heretical as he did not sacrifice himself in battle, as was traditional arbiters in the Old Covenant. Others oppose Vadam not just for religious grounds, but due to his alliance with humanity, considering that the notion of peace with humans was a hopeless endeavor. In February 2553, Vadam met with Fleet Admiral Lord Terence Hood, along with other UNSC dignitaries in the state of Vadam on Sanghelios. There, he and Lord Hood discussed the fragile state of both species, as well as a treaty to formalize the peace. Hood then invited the Arbiter to a memorial service on Earth, and in return, Thel invited human scientists to study Sangheili history and culture on their homeworld. On March 3, 2553, Vadam was present at the dedication of the memorial to those humans lost in the Covenant War. He was thanked by Hood for standing alongside the demon in battle. Knowing that the resilience of the Spartan at first hand, Thel expressed doubt that the soldier died. The Arbiter departed for Sanghelios aboard the Shadow of Intent alongside Thel Vadam to ensure the security of his people. Not long after his return, the state of Autumn fell into chaos after dissident Jerohane detonated explosives in the state. In the wake of this uprising, Telkam and the servants of the Abiding Truth launched their attack on the state of Adam. The Arbiter was later contacted by Lord Hood, who informed him that he could help quell the rebellion. Vadam was doubtful at first, but graciously accepted his help. Despite Telkam's ships being shot down early in the battle, the situation on Sanghelios intensified as reinforcements from like-minded keeps arrived in the attack on Vadam Keep. Lord Hood arrived on Sanghelios aboard humanity's most powerful ship, the UNSC Infinity. The Arbiter was caught off guard and his own reinforcements failed to arrive in time. He reluctantly accepted the UNSC help in fighting off the attackers. Infinity decimated rebel forces, while another UNSC ship was fending off Kigyar pirate ships, and covertly destroyed some of Vadam's ships, leaving the Arbiter with a Pyrrhic victory. The siege of Vadam Keep would signify the start of a Sangheili civil war known as the Bloody Years. Later in 2553, Vadam formed the Swords of Sanghelios Coalition after an ancient Sangheili brotherhood that was formed thousands of years ago. He would later send Thel Vadam on missions on Sangheili frontier colonies to give the shipmaster a much-needed break from combat. Later, however, Thel was informed by Thel of a Covenant loyalist conspiracy involving a prototype Halo. When he was informed that a female Sangheili warrior named Doran aided him in stopping the plot, he reformed the new Swords of Sanghelios military code for female commission. In March of 2555, the UNSC contacted Vadam after discovering that the Halo rays had been set to fire in 3 weeks. The countdown had been initiated on the Ark, and the UNSC requested the Swords of Sanghelios' aid in reactivating the portal at Void in order to dispatch a team to disable the activation sequence. As he was preoccupied in the ongoing Sangheili civil war, Vadam sent Uze Taham and Uto Soram along with other Sangheili aboard the corvette Mayhem and a Hurricane to aid the humans. 3 years later, Thel Vadam decided to enter into negotiations with the Jerohane, with the UNSC Infinity assigned to escort him. On March 5th, Vadam met with Lord Hood and the Jerohane chieftain Lidus on Aelin 4. During the negotiations, Covenant mercenaries, led by the shipmaster Vata Kejat, attacked the delegates and halted the peace talks. Following Julan Dama's death on Kanchaka in October of 2558, his remaining forces regrouped and launched an assault on Sanghelios. The Covenant attacked first and laid siege to the Swords of Sanghelios base on Nusura, pushing Vadam and his forces to the Elder Council Chamber. There, he was almost assassinated until Fireteam Osiris His female lieutenant, shipmistress Maki Chava, saved him and transported him to his encampment at Nosora. With the aid of the Spartans, Thel Vadam began a counteroffensive against the Covenant, starting at the Vadam burial grounds where he oversaw the Swords of Sanghelios' aerial attack on a Covenant Kraken, while the humans searched for a Forerunner constructor. Shortly after the Battle of Nosora, Vadam discovered that his own clanmate, Morak Vadam, revealed the location of the Arbiter at the Elder Council Chambers to the Covenant in exchange for power and prestige. Vadam then killed his fellow clanmate and formulated the Swords of Sanghelios' fleet before moving against the Covenant's final stronghold of Sunion. When the Swords of Sanghelios attacked the city of Sunion, Vadam personally led the charge against the Covenant remnants, while the Spartans were destroying strike turrets protecting the city's airspace. Late in the battle, Prometheans within Cortanus Created joined in the battle as they fought both the Swords of Sanghelios and the Covenant. When the Spartans left Sanghelios aboard a Guardian, Vadam's forces emerged triumphant and began hunting the remnants of Julindama's fallen Covenant. After his victory at Sunion, Vadam and his forces returned to their campsite Nusura with the human Dr. Halsey and the Spartan commander Palmer. After Cortana dispersed most of her Guardians throughout the galaxy, Blue Team and Fire Team Osiris traveled to Sanghelios where they met up with Vadam, Halsey, and Palmer and began planning their next move. Thel Vadam now stands as the leader of the Sangheili and has become a symbol of honor and resilience towards his people. He has managed to unite Sanghelios and a majority of her colonies. Under Vadam's leadership, the Sangheili might return to their honorable roots before the Covenant and will forge a lasting peace among the stars.